Hey there, my name is Robert Lamb. I was a former Filmation storyboard artist and staff writer during the 1980s. And among the many shows that I worked on was He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, as if you couldn't tell. What I'm doing here is giving some thoughts and impressions of the new He-Man movie, Masters of the Universe. Today, the trailer has just been released and it is quite impressive. The first thing that caught my eye was Zor, the eagle, flying through the landscape. And I was taken by the fact that they kept the original colors that we had in the toy and also in the cartoon. The landscape didn't look that much alien, I'm afraid. It looked a lot like Earth. Now, the next thing I noticed was that Castle Grayskull is right next door to the Royal Palace of Eternos. This was not how it was in the original series. The thing I noticed about the Royal Palace is that it is very much a medieval European castle. It doesn't have an otherworldly look to it. It's not a bad look. It doesn't portray another planet and another world. As you can see, compared with what we used in the original TV show, which was an alien, different world architecture. And again, it looks good. And I will say that I am pleased with the look of Castle Grayskull. It stayed very close to our original design, and I'm very pleased with that. The inside, the inner chamber where the sword is, looks very good. And I'm very pleased with the sword. The sword is very close to our original. They kept that very, very close. When Adam finds his sword, there's a little Easter egg there with the statue that the sword is being held by. That appears to be an early design for He-Man that can be seen in some of the early Mattel concept sketches. Then there's a shot with Adam facing off Trapjaw, and he reaches for his sword, and immediately I thought, oh no, he's going to transform right in front of Trapjaw. But it's cut away, we don't see that. He may just pull his sword and try and fight with the sword. And then all of a sudden, we're back on Earth, and Beastman is jumping on police cars. And I thought, okay, do we go back and forth, or was Beastman sent to Earth before Adam gets back to Eternia? I love the shot of Queen Marlena and Adam embracing after all these years, mother and son reunited. Best part is the transformation of Adam to He-Man. It is very much in keeping with the original series.
I have the power!
And it gave me chill bumps, I have to admit. I grinned from ear to ear when I saw that sequence. And then seeing He-Man fighting Skeletor's minions in Snake Mountain, and then that shot of Snake Mountain from the outside, that looked exactly the way it should. And I'll have to say, they've done a good job with Skeletor. Yes, it's a little different from the original design, but it is in the same spirit and same keeping. I look forward to hearing his voice to see how it is done. But that leaves me with one question. We've seen a lot of characters that I quite honestly weren't expecting. But one character I was expecting, I didn't see. Where is Orko? Now, maybe Orko is being saved for later, or maybe they thought he is too silly a character for a serious adventure. That remains to be seen. Another thing that might be preventing Orko from being in this movie is that Orko is not a Mattel character. It was a Filmation character. And depending upon who owns the rights, which the last I heard was Comcast Universal had the Filmation library rights. So don't know what's happening with Orko, but we shall see. But all in all, I would say that I am very pleased with what I'm seeing. I'm excited to see this movie. I wasn't before seeing this trailer. I was very skeptical. Can't wait to see this movie. Until then, you have the power.